take a deep breath and count down from 20, because we're revealing the best PC games of all time. It's no secret that we here at Logitech G love PC gaming. We love discovering new indie gems, preparing ourselves for big AAA releases, and celebrating old favourites. It's why we're here. And as much as we want to tell you that we love each and every PC game equally, like our own pixelated children, that just isn't the case. We enjoy playing everything from puzzle platformers to post-apocalyptic RPGs, but we do have our favourites. We could easily talk for hours about all the games that deserve a spot on our list of best PC games of all time, but we've managed to narrow it down to a mere 20 games that we feel are really special. Speaking of really special, if you enjoy what we're doing here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Okay, brace yourselves because this is going to be a big one.
Part pen and paper RPG, part lateral thinking puzzler, part extended practical joke. Divinity 2 benefits from Larian's singular creative vision. Most games don't let you hide your skeletal visage with a bucket so as not to frighten villagers, for example, or lay incredibly involved traps using spells and barrels, or play the whole damn thing in local or online co-op.
Halo 2 was not a revolutionary game so much as it included dozens of tiny little revolutionary touches spread over every aspect of its campaign and multiplayer. Narrative, gunplay, vehicle combat, graphics, enemy AI, sound design, matchmaking, the exact duration of the timed fuse on a Type 1 plasma grenade. It was all just perfect.
It didn't reach us on PC until a good few years after release, but Journey's meditative exploration was no less loved when it finally did. Silent yet highly emotional, a great sense of wonder, and some of the most beautiful moments we've ever experienced in gaming.
Trying to choose just one Assassin's Creed game to include is like trying to spot Ezio in a crowd of civilians. Nearly impossible. Assassin's Creed 2 took an already incredible premise and took it to new heights. Sometimes, literally. And seeing Desmond experience the life of arguably the most iconic assassin, hidden blade and all, is an unforgettable adventure.
It's safe to say that few games on this list with that many years behind them are still so immensely popular today. League of Legends has only been growing since 2009, perfecting the MOBA genre and dominating esports. We love it so much we even have a whole line of KDA gear. We're always wanting more.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive is the end result of an unofficial Half-Life mod that was so compelling it was acquired by Gabe himself. Consistently ignoring modern innovations like aiming down sights and regenerating health, CSGO remains the tensest and least forgiving competitive multiplayer game out there. Its dominance within professional esports is a 20-year clutch move that continues to entertain and inspire.
This stunning series of stealth games unveiled one of the most iconic bold-headed video game characters of all time. As Agent 47, we've travelled from snowy hideaways to sun-drenched coastal towns, from England to New Zealand to ruthlessly take down targets with endless creativity. Stealthy and exciting with a wickedly understated sense of humour, Hitman has easily infiltrated our list.
The 90s was to PC gaming what those first few billion years of natural history were to life forms, and id Software's output always marked a giant evolutionary step forwards. Enter Quake, the studio's first truly 3D shooter, and a bizarre mixture of medieval, satanic, and sci-fi imagery that teed up the next decade of first-person shooter genre dominance.
Bioshock. From the moment we saw Rapture twinkling between the coral, we knew this was going to be something special. A story rooted in philosophy with one of the most iconic twists in gaming history. Superhuman powers at your fingertips, and a once magnificent city crumbling around you. A sci-fi masterpiece.
All we had to do was follow the damn GTA train, and it led us to one of the most expansive, criminally exciting open-world games to date. It isn't just the trio of, let's just say, complex characters in the main campaign that led us to love GTA 5 so much, but the online mode that has taken on a chaotic life of its own.
Those first few piano notes of the theme can stir emotion in anyone. Minecraft is the best-selling game of all time for a very good reason. It's versatile in a way no other title has quite replicated. Endless creativity, endless exploration, and some of the toughest survival we've yet to face. And that's not even the nostalgia talking. Despite being 10 years old, the team at Mojang are continuously updating the game, with angry goats headbutting the latest update. Minecraft's iconic blocky look and freedom has influenced innumerable other games, and we think we'll be feeling that redstone touch for years to come.
When John Marston's story came to a close at the end of Red Dead Redemption, we didn't think there was any way that Rockstar could top their epic western. Enter Arthur Morgan. This prequel told the story of the Vandalin gang and made us care for characters that we, may or may not have gunned down in the original game. It's a touching tale of repentance, redemption, and trying to stand your ground as it crumbles around you. Of course, it made it onto our list.
If we measured greatness by how recognizable something is, Sims would top the list every time. Everyone, from your gaming illiterate friends to elderly relatives, have heard of Sims. Whether you woohooed your way through the franchise or not, the influence Sims has had on gaming is immeasurable. We've raised Sims from birth to death. They've evolved from flat-faced characters struggling to stay afloat when we inevitably remove the ladder from the pool, to incredibly designed creations who now know that you can climb out of said pool. We hope we never have to say dag dag to The Sims.
Before Deus Ex, there was only one corridor. There were men with guns in it, and you got past them by using your own gun. After Deus Ex, a seismic moment for game design, one corridor just wasn't gonna cut it. Because of Ion Storm's dedication to multi-path environments and combat choke points with multiple solutions, often non-fatal, we all became air vent dwelling Inspector Gadgets, always looking for an alternate route or a way to hack the mainframe instead of squeezing the trigger. Its non-linear gameplay was so revered and influential, in fact, that Deus Ex's fantastically silly conspiracy story and rich atmosphere often go unmentioned. But not this time. Deus Ex, come for the secret paths, stay for the trench coats.
Playing The Witcher 3 feels like playing through a real-life twisted fairy tale. Nothing is quite as it seems, and everyone you meet is hiding their own dark secrets. Exploring the continent as Geralt is an experience like no other, especially if Roach decides she'd rather stand on a roof than let you ride her. And your decisions can decide whether you want to lean more into the hardened, no-nonsense side of Geralt that we see in previous installments, or the softer side that helps those in need and doesn't ask for payment in return. It's beautiful but twisted, dark but funny, and a truly unmissable experience.
We have a feeling this entry won't come as a surprise to regulars on the Logitech G channel, as it's a constant struggle for us to not bring up Stardew Valley in pretty much every video. The premise of Stardew is simple: inherit your grandfather's farm and make it your own, but between romancing fellow villagers to exploring the depths of the mines, the farm is just the beginning. This relaxing farming sim has spawned a dedicated fan base and modding community, and its magic is something you need to experience for yourself. Trust us.
Paragons and renegades alike fell in love with Mass Effect 2 when it first launched in 2010. Then again when the Legendary Edition brought back the Normandy in stunning Technicolor. Mass Effect 2 starts with a bang, or should we say a crash, and doesn't let up from there. Commander Shepard builds on old relationships, yes, we mean you, Garrus, and creates new ones, only for them all to be at risk depending on your decisions. It's a universe bursting with light years of lore, an endlessly compelling cast of characters, and the signature BioWare sense of humor. A well-deserved 4th place for Mass Effect 2.
We wish we could summarize everything we love about the Dragon Age franchise as well as the beloved storyteller Varric. But we suspect it's something about his rugged charm and very low-cut V-neck that makes his tales of rifts opening in the sky, evil forces threatening Thedas, and an unlikely band of humans, elves, dwarves, and Qunari joining forces to stop them even more enthralling. Regardless of who you choose to romance in Dragon Age Inquisition, you'll fall in love with every character, regardless of whether they're mage or Templar. Just get us back to Skyhold.
Skyrim was number 1 on our list once, until it took an arrow to the knee. You may be wondering whether someone from the Thieves Guild managed to steal 2nd place for Skyrim. After all, it isn't the most technically advanced, nor the most beautiful open world on our list. But let's try something, shall we? After you've watched, and of course liked and commented on, this video, go and listen to the Song of the Dragonborn. If hearing the rhythmic chants of this now iconic piece of music doesn't transport you straight back to Skyrim, with dragons flying overhead, mud crabs scuttling past, the distinct ring of a Nirnroot, and, we assume, a Khajiit with one paw in your pocket looking to steal all your valuables, are those candlesticks? Then we'll await our note from the Dark Brotherhood. But we have a feeling it will.
Drumroll please, we're at the top spot with genre-defining, platform-creating sci-fi action, Half-Life 2. By today's standard, it doesn't deserve a spot in the Louvre, but this was next-gen gaming in 2004, and honestly, it still holds up in 2021, which for a game released when your phone's biggest flex was a 1-megapixel camera, that's pretty impressive. Half-Life 2 wowed us for a multitude of reasons, but top of the list has to be the physics-based action. Using floating barrels to lift a plank of wood in the water puzzles. Genius. Or that's what we felt like doing it. And don't even get us started on the subtle but intriguing use of environmental storytelling to show us an Earth occupied by aliens, or how it was a fundamental part of launching Steam. We owe a lot to Gordon.
Phew! Anyone else need to lie down? So those are our favourite PC games of all time. Let us know what game would get your top spot in the comments below. Whether you agreed with our order or not, make sure to give the video a like. Plus subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. They aren't all this divisive, we promise.